Hello, whoever's watching. This is one of my projects. We got a 12 volt bench power supply in the background there. You can see it's reading 12 volts. And that's sending power, 12 volts, to this breadboard. But this here is a microcontroller and it can only work off of 5 volts, otherwise you'll burn it up. So this voltage divider, which is just 2 resistors, knocks the 12 volts down to 5. And that plugs into the a microcontroller here. This is a attiny85 microcontroller. So the controller is getting 5 volts from the voltage divider. And there's a program programmed into this chip. It's just a simple blink program. It blinks an LED on and off as fast as you want it to go. I can slow it down or make it go faster by the code. But anyway, I got it blinking real fast. And this here is called a trigger. There's 2 MOSFETs on this board here. And I purchased this board, I didn't build it. But these 2 MOSFETs can work off of 5 volts or higher. But currently it's being powered by 5 volts off of the microcontroller in the blink program. So this is getting 5 volts, and this in turn feeds the 12 volts to the LEDs. So it's a great setup. You can't put 12 volts on the microcontroller, you can only give it 5, but these LEDs require 12 volts, so you have to use this MOSFET setup to take a 5 volt input and output 12 volts to power the 12 volt LEDs. And that's it. I think it's pretty cool that that tiny little microprocessor or microcontroller can store that program plus any other program you can think of, and you can do whatever you want. This one here is just blinking LEDs, which I plan on using eventually on my Harley Davidson as a warning for a guy making a left turn in front of you. I want to incorporate a switch where I can turn on these blinking LEDs whenever I want to give them a heads up. So that's my project, and eventually I'll be soldering, instead of using this breadboard, I'll be using a tiny breadboard that I can solder to. So this will all be soldered. You won't see all these big wires sticking out. And the finished product will be a tiny little breadboard that's made of metal and everything soldered to it. So it should be pretty cool if I ever get it figured out 100%. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.